Hello. Happy now. I'm Jane, and this is our time to get creative together here with Promise Resource Network. I am not at Promise Resource Network. However, I am excited to be doing something creative because it's a gift. Yo, I feel it is a gift that we humans have to create something that's never been created. Like, animals create what? Like they create stuff that's useful, maybe sometimes, right? Like great plants, they create themselves over and over again. The earth regenerates itself, and viruses grow from it, and we grow stronger. But humans have this gift where we actually get to create something that's never been created before, ever. Like, how cool is that? To me, that's just really cool. And half the time, people feel that they don't know how and that they're limited and what they're going to create is bad or stupid or not good enough. And people just don't even want to take the plunge into creating anything, right? They don't want to fail. Here's the thing, you can't fail, right? It's like it's life. You can't fail it, it's your own life. So I just love that we get to, hey Allison, hey Mama Jane, hey, it's so good to see y'all on here. It's so cool that we get to create something that's never been created, y'all. Like, it just makes me really happy that this is what we can do. Like, we have thumbs. Most of us have thumbs. Most of us have an imagination, whether we've honed it and used it or we just like let it be on the back burner. We still have one, and for us to open up that part of our body and our mind and just create, y'all, it's just cool. So let's use this time to like hang out and play and create. I'm going to paint because I got my smock. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to show you all the dried piece from last week. I know I have the camera at a different angle right now because I'm right handed and I thought it might be easier for y'all to see, but it may not work. So this is what I did last week. Oh, look at that. That looks like a sun. Where is that? That looks like a sun. Anyway, so this is what I did last week. You can see that like how the gold is on there. You can tell the way the light's shining off of it. So that was what I did last week. So this week, painting. Paint brushes. Y'all. Got my little table, which I'll move. Thank you. I'll move the camera so that you can see what I'm painting. I'm just trying to. I had it all set up, but then I always end up moving it around once I actually get started. So this is my palette. I think I've shown you before. It's an old plate, and I just keep piling paint on top of it. I don't think that we need to go out and buy things when we can reuse, upcycle, recycle, reuse things that we already have. So an old housemate left this. It was just a random plate that I didn't have that matched anything else. So you can use anything. Um, my towel, I just had an old towel, and I just keep reusing it to dry my paintbrushes on. Um, if I ever wash it, I'll probably put it in a load of jeans, like whatever. Um, And I got like my little paint bucket here and then more paint here. So I wanted to start with this really weird color because I don't really like it. It's deep periwinkle. So this is the canvas that I'm painting on. It's already been painted blue. I don't want to keep it this color blue. It's a super thin canvas. These were donated to me. So again, I'm a big fan of recycling what you already have if you have anything. And I'm talking like if you have like a piece of art in your house that you're just like, I don't love it, then just paint over it. Like, who cares? Like literally it's yours and you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm going to, business. A bit. So how are y'all doing today? I'm gonna put a coat of this on and then I'll start moving the camera. How are y'all doing today? What's up? What's up in your world? Oh, this is okay. It's periwinkle. Thought it's gonna be more blue, but it looks way more purple. I think it's because the background that I'm putting it on is blue. That's really weird. Some pieces came out like sneezes. Yeah, I said that. Pieces like sneezes. How are y'all doing today? What's going on? What's going on in your world? I'm just putting a coat of this periwinkle sneeze texture weird on here. How are you? What's going on? Tell me. What's shaking in your world? And are you doing anything creative with me? Or are you hanging out with me? Allison says it's a good day. What's making it a good day for you, Allison? Tell me more. Tell me more about this good day. I want to know. I just stepped outside. Um, I also, in this now, have a friend over and they're helping slash they're doing like 99.9% of it, but they're building a shed for me because I need a storage space. Um, and I'm really excited because I need it really bad. So I'm grateful they just got here. So after I finish painting, I get to go outside and create outside. And I'm really happy because the sun is shining. They haven't really sprayed the sky much, so the sky is actually blue right now, and that's always nice. Um, for me, anyway, I really like it. I like it when the skies get to be blue. Um, I asked y'all what's going on. So as you tune in, like tell me like what's shaking, like what's going on in your world right now. Oh, I gotta sneeze. No, I love to do that. Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. Um, Mama Jane says not much right now. Gonna clean the house. Whoopee. Well, hopefully, are you gonna do anything fun today? Anything creative? Anything different today, Mama? Allison says new affordable housing. What? But many boxes to unpack. Tiring. All lonely for PRN and broke. But the good things, you have a new place and you have boxes and stuff that you get to unpack. That's so exciting. This one time I didn't have a home. This was for a little bit of time, and so I really didn't have any boxes to unpack for a little bit because I didn't have any stuff. And so like I know now that like if I were to move, I would actually have boxes to pack and unpack. And I'm like, oh my god, like that's such a thing that like some people don't have. Some people don't have anything. So like to have boxes to unpack, that's exciting and new affordable housing. Like, yeah, I'm so happy for you, Allison. I'm so excited. That makes me happy to hear. Okay, so I painted, let me show you all kind of what I've done. I just painted the first coat. It's called periwinkle, but whatever, it's purple. You can see I got all my stuff spread out. I tried to make this. I wonder, no. Okay, we're just gonna try this. So I am in the process, y'all, of like trying to get a new laptop. That helped a little bit. Um, so I think it'll make the screen and what I can see and what you can see better. Um, so that's on my agenda. I found one actually that I really liked, and it was like in the budget. And the store that I went to, the Best Buy, didn't have it in stock. And so it went to the manufacturer's website. They don't have it in stock, so I'm just going to wait. Let's see. I'll more than likely rest after cleaning. Of course, I never know that from day to day. What might pop up, Mama Jane says. Nice. Well, hopefully, see, I do this sometimes. I get up in the mornings and I want to do all these like fun things. And then I go into but I need to do these things, right? I need to do laundry. I need to take out this. I need to do the dishes. I need to. And I really just thought about like, oh, but I really just wanted to dance. Oh, but I got to do these other things first. I got to do these other things first. And I'm really allowing myself to just do what I want to do. and trust that those things like the laundry, the boxes to unpack, right? The the cleaning, the dishes, that they're still going to be there. But the time that I have, if I'm thinking in the now, like, ooh, I really want to paint, I really want to dance, like to give myself that gift and let myself do that. I think that is living in a very agile kind of a way. Um, and to me, living agilely, um, feels good. Like I need to dust. Like my house is, I don't need to dust. I need to remove the dust. Let's be honest. Um, but like the dust is going to be there, and it'll be there in an hour. It'll be there in 2 hours. Like it's not going to go anywhere. You know. So I'm taking. I just added a little bit more of that purple, which I wanted to add more, but it didn't really add as much as I thought it did. So I'm just making squiggles. That's what I did. I added some green, and apparently this is what my face is going to be like today. Well, I'm so curious how this is going to play out. And I'm just going to. Are y'all going to, if you're on here, like, what are you going to do that's like different and creative today? You know, like Mama Jane says she's going to clean the house. Maybe can you do something to make it a little bit more creative and different? Maybe start in a different room, or maybe put music on while you do it. You know, like make it something that's like different and creative, because we can do that. It's like there are days when it's like I ain't got time to dance and I want to dance, but I actually got to get to work today. So then what I might do is put music on while I'm getting ready, and I might dance while I'm brushing my teeth, you know, or whatever. Like I I get creative with myself so that I can still get what I want and let creative energy move through and give myself some fun, because I feel like we all deserve to have fun. Allison says, much search for my gratitude lately, though much presents itself for it. I'm coloring on the point of creative today. Hey, that's awesome. You know, when I had COVIDicus, check this out. When I had COVIDicus, um, between the Christmas and the New Year date, um, I watched I watched some documentaries about physics and astrophysics and things like that, because I'm a nerd. And um, and I also couldn't do that the whole time. Like my brain couldn't handle that much information. I mean, I can, but I also literally was watching like 5 to 6 hours of this at a time. Oh my! I just realized I look so fluffy. I look so fluffy with my smock on. Anyway, but I colored. I colored a lot, and it was so good because there was so much healing that happened while I had COVID. Just the being with myself and by myself and being sick and all that stuff. Like it was really good. I I want to just remind everyone. Thank you for the reminder, Allison. Remind everyone that like coloring, like in a coloring book, is like ridiculously awesome and so healthy and so healing and so magical, I think. So if you have a chance to color, I recommend it. Um, Mama Jane says, usually I don't have to do things. I just do what I want to do and not feel rushed. Awesome. Only cleaning because Mary will do hers tomorrow. What about being creative with Regina and cook again? Yes. And what a fun experience that was, right? Whether it turns out the way we want it to or not, The way it turns out doesn't matter. Like to me, the doing of this is way more fun than looking at it when it's done. When I look at it when it's done, I get to think about what I was doing when I was doing it. To me, that's the good stuff. For me anyway. So I just added this like weird blue color on here. Not a big fan of the color apparently. I just learned that. But that's okay because I'll end up putting more colors on top of it anyhow. That's one thing I like about painting too. It's like, oh, I didn't really like that. It's okay. But I am liking the way it's taking some of the green with it and how it's going into the green that I've already put down. And I'm making like, what are these? Like E's, I guess, like the letter E. They're like little bloop, 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 bloops. I noticed that the light is making it hard to see. It's like I need the camera to be on this side since I'm right-handed. Um, and because of the sunlight coming in, it'd probably be better on the other side. So I'm learning. So thank you for your patience while I learn. Period. Complete sentence right there. Thank you for your patience while I learn. Thank you for your patience while I learn. Maybe I'll put a little bit more. It's so funny. I don't like the color, but I keep using it. Funny how that works. I like to get creative when I cook. It's probably why I don't follow any recipes or look at anything. Like I'll look online to get like some guideline on like what to do if I'm gonna make something that I've never made before. And then I'm like, and then I just like put the recipe away. And then I just go based on whatever it is I remember from it and wing it. It doesn't go for baking. I just don't. I just choose to not do that. I just don't bake. Y'all, it feels like Friday to me. Does it feel like any other day of the week for you all? Taking the edges and kind of giving them a little tap. I want to blur them. Blur them. I want to blur the lines around the edges. There we go. I have to follow instructions on cooking. On cooking or baking? Do you what kind of cooking have you been doing lately? Curious. Okay. I want a light color. I want this color. Ooh, that's a big bloop of color. Big bloop. Let's see. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I put a big bloop of this pink on there, which you can't see because it's right where it says let's get creative. Let's see, which part I'll make it go. Can you see it under the word let's? I've just added that big blob of pink. Right there. There we go. I'm gonna use a big brush first. Okay, good to know. A lot of the paint underneath it has already dried. So I'm gonna make just this big spiral, apparently. Wow. I kind of like it like that, and I don't want to do anything else. Allison says, colorings materials are cheap, relatively, never tried before. Ended up being very satisfied with creative outcomes. Really? Um, falling into it for deflection during hard times. Don't be afraid. That's internal to try it before. Oh, interesting. I've not heard of it. I thought you were talking about like coloring books. What is that? What is that? What is that, Allison? What is the colorings that you're talking about? Is it will you explain that to me? I'm so curious. How would it? What is that? Would you know? Would you know what that is? So I made a big spiral. Here, I'll show you kind of what I have so far. So this is what I've done so far. We'll see. I think I might leave that pink spiral like it is because it looks, I don't know, makes me happy. So that's why I leave it because it makes me happy. I wonder what it would do if I added a little pink in the middle where all the green is and where it's like super wet with a little brush. Adult, you're right, Jane. Coloring books, adult, and pencils. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Nice. You loving the colors I see, Mom? Thank you, thank you. So I like when I get the small brushes because then I start really getting into the painting. Like the way the colors move together and flow. And it feels really cool to my heart. And then once they start to blend together too much, I wipe the paintbrush off and then I'm going to add a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add, I wish you could share too, Allison, for reals. Let's see. So I'm going to just make another little drop. And I'm just really working the lines very lightly. That's another thing that I like about painting. It's like it's all the pressure that I'm using, the the way my hand moves, and I'm not thinking about which way does my hand need to move. The way I paint is I just let my hand move and I witness it. I witness what it does, and then it's like, oh, I like that, or I don't like that. How do I do that again? I'm really enjoying this pink and green situation. I think I'm gonna keep doing that because I'm liking it a lot. Just like one little drop. So Allison, while you're unpacking this weekend, I'm gonna be trying out some packing. I'm gonna be doing some traveling in a few weeks, and I have my suitcases out and just start kind of like getting things together because I'll be gone for a couple weeks. And I want to start seeing if like what I need because my intention is I don't normally travel with food like whatever, um, but I want to travel with like some snacks and stuff so I don't have to buy them because apparently they're just more expensive where I'm going. Um, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, I just did a little bit of that tapping and got made some cool stuff happen. I'll show you that in a second. Color turns me on. Just seeing all the coloring pages together at the Home Depot paint area, and I'm enthralled. Yo, so check this. Me too. And so used to be, and I don't know if they still do it, but I remember Home Depot and Lowe's used to sell house paints, but they were in small containers, um, like this. They would sell little paint testers for like $4 or $5, and are awesome. They hold up so well. You can do larger canvases. I never used them on the walls, but I would paint with these, and like they're fantastic. I need to see if they still. Yeah, it's like the eggshell interior, and the brush is included in it, which you don't have to use the brush, but like it's included in it. It's like part of the lid. Anyway, I want to know if they still make that because like I know that they'll make like the small quarts or whatever, but like I don't want to buy that big of one. But those are so perfect, and I think it was at both Home Depot and Lowe's, but I could be wrong. But that brand is Glidden, so I don't know if Glidden is sold at one of those home improvement, home supply stores or not. I don't know. But it's so cool, right? I know. They make me happy because then I can get those colors and like for me I'm always inspired when I go to like Home Depot and I go to the paint section. I'm like, "Oh my god." And then I'm not going to necessarily paint on my walls with all the colors that I want to see together that they have on the display, but I can do it on a canvas. So, if you all find out where Glidden is sold, I know I could Google it, but if you all know where it's sold, will you let me know? Glidden. I do want to paint like on my walls, though, like big painting on my walls here. And I own the house, so like I can if I want to. I think I'll be deciding if I'm going to be, if I stay in Charlotte, then I'll probably do that. If I decide to move, probably won't paint a big design on my wall. Okay, let me show y'all what I've done so far. Check it out. I'll get the paint off this brush. Okay, that's what I've been doing. I've been making those, like I take a drop of pink and then I've been like mushing it around, basically, just moving it around. I've seen some people have like a camera and it's like set over. Um, if I knew how to do that, I would do that because I think that would look really cool. Hey Mary, how are you? How you doing? What's going on in your world, Mary? What is new? What's shaking? Thank you. I'm glad you think it's beautiful. You love to redesign your well-known recipes. That's a good idea. Bring some of the pink down into that whatever color, purple. Purple. Just reminded me of Urkel. Y'all remember that? Urkel. You doing all right, Mary? What's going? Anything good happening in your day today, Mary? Mary, is anything good happening in your day today? I'm happy that the sun is shining, personally. So I don't like to waste paint. So this is what I do when I don't want to waste it: is I tap it and get it off the brush. Okay. I'm excited. Okay, I'm so excited. I knew that I wanted to use yellow, and I was like, I don't even know where this is going to happen. And now I can see where I want it. I want it to go up above the pink that I did that kind of look like whatever that they're doing. I feel like this is turning into like a. Mm, I'm picking out a brush. I can't talk at the same time. There we go. I want to use one that's like this. Almost like, I don't know, you'll see in a minute. You're in a magenta mood yesterday. Ooh, that's a fun one. Alizarin crimson, you say? Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to like the more wet spots of the purple and adding the yellow so that it'll blend together a little bit, like so that they'll work with each other. Because I just think that looks cool. And then I really like the gold that I used last time. So I'll be adding gold to these yellows, I think. Come on, you little drop, get out. I find that, and I'm curious if you all do this too. I find that there are weeks when I'm like, I wore green every day this week, or I wore nothing but different shades of red. Like, do you all do that too, where you like wear similar colors for a week? Um, Although then there are times when it's like straight up rainbow. Oh, thank you, Allison. I'm thinking painting. Okay, I can be surprisingly easy in some ways. Just moving the paint about with special brushes perhaps equates subjects, yet the eye recognizes the subject intended observation. Yes. Well, it's funny because, like, for me, I don't have a subject. I'm just like, I like these colors. Let me put them together. Let me see what happens. And then I really like when others see it and then they say, "Oh, I see this." Because the observer is going to see it differently based on just everything. And I find that to be so fun, so fascinating, so cool when when we get to see, I guess, what others maybe intended or didn't intend. I find it to be fun. I've been working on mastering my values and tones. Really? I don't even know how to do that. I don't. I don't. I really don't. I don't even know. That's awesome that you're doing that. I love it. One says, "Oh yes, don't realize until I do the laundry." Oh yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't realize that I was wearing blue all week until I did the laundry, and I'm like, whoa. And then I think about it too, right? Because colors are symbolic, and like every color has some type of meaning to it, and healing property to it, and so like for me, when it's like, oh, I wore a lot of blue this week, it may be because I had to use my voice a lot more than I wanted to, and I was needed the extra boost of confidence to speak my truth, or if I'm wearing a lot of red, was it because I was like maybe feeling unsafe? Was I feeling unsafe? Was I trying new things? Um, was I wearing yellow? Maybe I was feeling really happy that week. And I was like, I wear so much yellow this week. And I don't realize that it's a happy color. So we do that. So check this. I just put the yellow on and the blue underneath it was way too dry, so it didn't really do anything. So I just added blue on top of it, which I know makes green, but we're just gonna wipe the brush off once it starts to blend too much, so that the blue and the yellow actually work together as opposed to mix together. And then I added too much blue, so I'm gonna add more yellow. Oh, that's a big bunch of yellow, so that'll work. Blue is a real good selling color. I bet it is. I bet it is. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow on this side, but I need to add more blue first because I just learned that I need to have more blue so that the yellow looks okay. Because I want the yellow to blend with it, or not blend with it. I'm sorry, mix around with it. A little dance. No, I'm trying to get the tiniest little drop to come out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Not quite as much blue as I wanted it to be, but that's okay. Mer. Nope. I want more blue. So when I want more blue and I don't want to put a whole drop on it, I learn my lesson. I put the drop on my canvas and just take a smidgen. Yay, look at that. There we go. Okay. Now I want to see what I have so far. I like to rinse out my brushes after I use them pretty immediately. I don't like to let the paint dry on it. Okay. So this is what I have so far. Oh, that's what I got so far. I think I want to add so I like to play where the paint is still wet. And the only place where the paint's really wet is in the spiral. And I don't really want to mess with that. I really like it, although I kind of want to mess with it. Um, Allison says, for some unknown reason, blue is an annoying color for me. Save midnight. Does anyone else have an aversion to any color? That's funny. It depends on my mood. Actually, I like blues, and I don't like to wear them. Blue also looks really weird on my skin color, apparently. Um, but I don't really like a lot of cream colors. But no, I don't really have an aversion. Um, but I use a lot of colors in working with like our energy centers and stuff, centers. Um, so there's a part of me that really wants to mess with this spiral now, just to see what it does. Like I kind of want to put some gold in the middle and just like draw it out. It's either gonna look really good or really not. Either way, I'm going to try it because I've never done it before and I only live once. So put a little gold in my palette. And then let's see, I want a little. Actually, I wonder if I can take that. Okay, so I got my gold. I'm going to put it in the middle of that spiral. I'm doing it. It's right underneath the Let's Get Creative thing. There we go. Okay, so it's right here. I'm going to plop it. I wonder if I can get it to just sit. Okay, cool. I did it. Okay. And then I'm going to take the end. I want the end of a paintbrush, like a skinny one. A skinny one. A pointer. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use the end of a. Allison says my aversion is strong. Guess I prefer the earth tones. The water is earth. It is. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to take this and just draw it out. It's nothing like what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to add more. And draw it out the other way. Interesting. It's pulled some of that underneath layer that was blue. It like pulled a lot of that up. So this is what that did. Check it out. You see it? Ooh, it looks cool vertical. Oh, I like that. That's interesting. That just changed the way I saw everything now. I'm gonna do a little bit more now. That was very inspiring. So what do I want to do? Okay, so I have this other blue that's like way bright compared to the other one. It worked pretty cool, right? Who knew? It's either going to be really good or really not. And see, that's the thing for me about painting and just being creative in general is I don't have any attachments to the outcome. Like if I have a couple paintings that I started and I just don't like what they've turned into, but I like some of it, so I might just like paint over part of it that I don't like. I don't even know. But like to not have any attachment to it, like oh, it has to look this way or it's bad. Because I don't, that feels like stress to me. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what I did. Oh, thank y'all. But I just put blue on there and I made these like really ugly, like tic tac toe shapes. But I want that. What did I do with the yellow? I just had it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think I want the yellow here. Whoa, that's gonna be a lot of yellow there. Okay. Okay. Guess I'm putting a lot of yellow right there. I'm taking it into the pink and bringing the green down into it. Yes. There we go. I want to get back to that one because I don't really like it, but I want to play with these while the paint is still wet. So another reason I enjoy painting the way I do is because like I only paint until the paint is still wet enough for me to paint with it. And then once the paint actually really starts to dry, then I'm like, done, done with it. And then it's interesting, like when certain colors come together, like this yellow and blue reminds me, and I hadn't thought about this in forever. These were the colors of my elementary school. I think like the mascots, I think it was like yellow and blue. And then I allow myself to like go into these memories of like elementary school. And I can go into the crappy stuff. I can do that. I can also go into the really fun memories that I have, which maybe not many, but it's my choice. I can go into whatever memories I want to go into. Tapping that out. Ooh, Allison says, opening my eyes to peach, any non realistic color. I go for a realistic first, which feels limiting. Ooh, yeah. It's so funny that you say that. See, you and I balance the world because I never go for the natural colors. I mean, these are all these colors are found in nature, but like generally speaking, I don't. Ooh, I'm gonna add the base color onto the top. Not having any expectations of outcomes and creativity is a golden nugget to me, Jane. Oh, it's a great, useful concept. Oh, well, yay! Thanks. Thanks for that reflection. Thanks for taking it. Yeah, no expectations. I have no expectations on how this is going to look. What it, I have, I don't. To me, there's a greater, far greater in the unknown for me. Ooh, I forgot that that comes out like a sneeze. Okay, so I might be adding more yellow to that. I don't think I like this paintbrush for it. That's what it is. Like that's what it is. I don't like the paintbrush for that. We'll just smaller one. Boom. Yes. There we go. I was like, why don't I like that? It was like the big paintbrush just like took over everything. That's okay. I'm gonna add yellow to my palette and dip into it. Was it Bob Ross talked about like happy mistakes or whatever, like they're whatever. I don't even remember because I didn't really watch him that much. But it's kind of like that idea of like there are no mistakes in art. There are only new things to create from what we thought was a mistake. And we take that into life, right? Like we just keep adding to it. There's no mistakes. You can't mess it up. It's our creation, it's our life. Others may judge it. Like someone can look at this and be like, ugh, that's ugly. I don't care. Someone can look at my life and be like, I don't understand it. Why does she do these things? I don't care. They don't have to understand it. It's up to me to be okay with it. Allison says, might be no expectations here dissipates or calms any beginning fear. Heck yeah, because that's the thing, right? I think it's I don't know if you were here, Allison, but maybe you were. I think you were. But at the top of the hour, I was saying how like some people like we get to create, like we get to do this. We get to color and create and make things that have never been created before. And people don't even start anywhere because they have this fear and an expectation of how it's going to turn out. And it's like we don't know how it's going to turn out. We literally have no idea. It's like people that don't want to start a book because they don't know how it's going to end because they read a book once that sucked. Like that sounds weird, right? Like why would they do that? We are our own worst critic. That's how we were created and designed to be in the system. You know, feel bad, feel guilty, judge ourselves, criticize each other. That's what we're taught. We don't have to keep it up though, right? Like we don't have to do it. We don't have to criticize ourselves. We don't have to do it. Habits are hard to break. I'm not going to lie. I'm aware. And habits of self criticism and negative self talk are just that. They're just habits. And we can change them, you know? I'm just kind of filling in the space with some like hmm, yellow dots. They are. They're official. They're yellow dots. Hmm. Okay, I'll show you what I just did, and then I'll show you what I don't like, and then what I'll do about it. Because I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I'll show you where I'm coming from. Okay, so I added that row on the opposite side of the circle. Where'd it go? Oh, right there. I really like it being held vertical for some reason. So yeah, I don't like what's going on this side. It's just flat and small to me. So I'm going to change that. How? I don't even know. I want some green on it again, so I'm going to put some green on it. Yep. And I'm going to take a big brush and I'm going to make um, like kind of big squigs, big squiggles, just to get the green on there. I'll show you. I'll show you all that. So I just made literally those, just so that they would be really wet, and so I can use that to manipulate what I'm gonna do. I think I want the gold. That's what I'm feeling. Cool. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna put a bloop of gold in between those, like that. You can see they're like legit, but they're also small. And then I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take a flat square one. You like it vertical? I know I do too. I like it better vertical than horizontal. That's the thing. I don't even have an intention of which way I would even want to hang it when I paint. Like, talk about no expectations. I'm like, I like the colors. And it's only when I'm done. Like, because this one that I did last week, I don't remember what direction it went when I painted it. But I think, yeah. And so there's just a lot more freedom like that. Like you do you. And I like to be real easy and fluid with it because to me, that's just creative energy. Okay. So start moving this gold around because it dries fast. My paint's like, what are you doing? You've been talking. You want to paint with me. You want to move me around. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. I also have conversations with my paint. I also have conversations with my food while I'm cooking it. When I am preparing it, we have conversations. I thank it. I thank the earth that grew it, the hands that picked it, thank the water that nourished it. And it's kind of like whatever it is that we create, like only my hands can create this. Whatever it is that you create, only your hands can create it the way you create it. Like no one else's hands can ever do it the way you do it. Like no matter how much someone tries to copy it or say, oh, I can do that, they can't do it exactly the same, you know? And what a gift that is. To me, that says, let's all create then. Let's all see what we can do. Because if I'm really aware that like ain't nobody gonna create anything like me, then I want to create more. just to see what I can do. You know, like what can I do? I was just going to ask you if I talk to my paint. If I talk, yes, I do talk to my paintings. I think that big painting that I did on the glass, um, that one, I think there was one at the very beginning. I was singing mantras in it. Okay, so I have gold and green, and I want to add one more color because it's still a little flat, but it's getting there. So I did that. I mushed it around. You can see, kind of. Okay, I know that was fast, but it's drying. Like it's drying. I think I want to add pink to it. Please advise if convos become reciprocal. That's funny, Allison. They do talk back. Maybe not really, but hey. I like that, like, I'm like, I'm gonna throw pink in the mix. Like, it would be so much easier if I just used like different shades of green, which that's really pretty. Which I wanna maybe I'll do that next week. If I remember, I'll do it next week. To like use a palette of color that's all similar. Like Mary said um that she was in like a magenta kind of phase, and being able to like take different shades of like reds or oranges or purples or like whatever, and kind of playing with that, I think is really fun. So maybe I can do that next week if I remember. I would like to. Mary says that she also is her worst critic. Look at that. Well, then you can be nicer then, right? That's another thing. Like, we do that, right? We are our own worst critic, and then I'm like, that means that I can also be the person that tells that critic to shut the f up. So why don't I just do that, right? Like, why don't I just tell that voice that's saying, that's not good enough, or that's not pretty, or whatever. Why don't I just say, I'm gonna no, like you can just shut it. You can zip it. Because we can do that too, right? We can listen to that critic all day, or we can become the one that accepts and loves it. Like, we have that freedom to choose which voice we speak, which voice it is we listen to. Like, we can choose all of that stuff. I think we forget that we can. So now I'm taking the brush and just kind of like doing these weird little spazzy things with my hands. Just to kind of blend. Not blend. I don't like that word blend. But I wanted it to bring that pink kind of through just a little bit. But the brush is kind of drier. And I took it around the circle a little bit. Okay. Okay. I think I'm complete. Oh, no, I want pink right there. Dang it. Dang it. Darn it. I want the teeniest, tiniest little speck of pink in this little, tiny little pool of green. Yes. Move that green and this gold. There we go. Get a little gold right there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, omnipotent Allison gives Lil Al a pretty colored sucker. That's funny. Seriously. Okay. Are you ready for this? Okay. Now I'm vertical. Okay. My hip just popped. Did y'all hear that? Okay. So this is the finished product. Boom. So this is this way. Let me go this side. Okay. Oops. I kind of like it like that. So I added on this side gold, so you can see that right there. But I didn't add it anywhere else except in that circular thing. I think I maybe like it like this. That's okay. I think I might like it this way the best. So we'll see it next week, right? Like we'll see what it looks like dry. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like dry. No attachment. Um, so y'all, I hope you enjoy the rest of this day. I hope that whatever it is you pack, unpack, clean, color, create, that you give yourself so much space to have no expectations on getting it done, when you want to get it done, how it's going to turn out, and just be open and try to have fun when you're doing whatever it is you're doing, right? Turn on some music, put new colors together, add a little bit more spice here and take something out, change the recipe. Just be creative with it, because here's the thing, y'all, you only live once in this life, right? So why not make it colorful and play and try new things, right? Um, yes, check out Peggy Kroll Roberts on YouTube. Thank you for that. I will try to remember that. Thanks. So enjoy this day, you all. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you again. Keep warm, keep cozy, keep cool, keep calm. Carry on, carry on. I love you all. Bye.